The next news topic is something controversial. Someone brought it up earlier. Did I star that comment? No, I didn't start that comment. But somebody brought that up earlier, and I'm really mixed and confused and confuzzled about this news and how I feel right now. Before I even get into the news, I feel like I might be on a boycotting with this one. But let's talk about it. Someone brought it up earlier about the Scream news, which is confuzzling. Melissa Barrera, the star. Why is this ad on here? Can you move? No, it won't move. Sorry, guys. Melissa Barrera dropped from Scream 7 due to her social media post on Israel-Hamas conflict. Insane. Cannot believe this has happened. She has been the star of the film, the main protagonist, and the most interesting character in the franchise. Well, the new version of the franchise. I don't want to say like the whole franchise, but these new films, this new trilogy that they were working on. This is coming from Deadline. Deadline has confirmed that actress Melissa Barrera has been dropped from Spyglass Media's Scream 7. Sources say this is due to reposts in her Instagram stories, which have been perceived as anti-Semitic. There has been screen captures of her IG stories online. You can see below. I've kind of went over it a little bit and talked about it. I don't want to really get too super political on this stream. I just want to say that I guess cancel culture does work both ways. And if people don't like what you have to say, even if it seems like it's a positive thing that you're saying, you can get canceled. And it really sucks. It kind of drives all my excitement for Scream 7 just down the drain completely. You know, Neve Campbell completely being ignored for the last film and potentially not being put on for this next film because they don't want to pay her. And also now this is happening because of some post that she made, which when I was like, oh, what did she say that was so offensive that they had to drop her? Because I was like, oh, maybe she said something offensive. We've seen actors do some things like Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. People are saying they want him to get dropped from Stranger Things because he's been around some Zionism and sexy and anti-Palestine things he's been around. No one has really talked about that. There hasn't been any movement on that. But Melissa Barrera, who I feel like when I look at these posts, you know, the first thing it says, I love my Jewish friends. I stand with you in these horrible times. I empathize with your fear and pain. No one deserves to be persecuted or attacked. I know that a lot of Jewish people are not okay with what the government of Israel is doing, which is the same. Jewish children are dying, innocent Jewish people are dying. Palestine children are dying, have been dying for decades. And she kind of goes into like what's going on with Palestine and things like that, and with the bombings and things like that, and saying why is one group is terrorist but the government is not. And I think that's the key factor of what is going on. It's the fact that she talked negatively about the Israel government there. You know, she talked about the ethnic cleansing, and genocide, and the dangers of things that have been said in the media that's not being pushed to the U.S. media, and sharing those things about the airstrikes and kind of things about the 1940 and the Nakba and things like that. And you know, she's talked about Gaza a little bit, but in these posts, it never seemed like she was attacking Jewish people, or being anti-Semitic towards Jewish people specifically, or being super pro-Palestine. She was saying the things that are happening to both of them are terrible, and that, you know, these things need to be brought to light, what's going on both sides of the story. And it's really interesting that the Scream 7 would drop their star over these. It's just peculiar. I know that cancel culture has been a thing. It's been progressive. People get fired over tweets that they made. But a lot of times those things are just wild stuff. Like the guy from The Flash, when he got dropped for The Flash, I was playing Rubber Man. He was saying wild stuff about beating women and stalking them and different things like that. So that makes sense, even though it was so long ago. But I could kind of understand why you don't want to be associated with somebody that made those jokes or did those things before. Those are all, we don't know if he did it or not. Other people who have got canceled for saying things on social media, usually there are things about like violence against women or supporting racism or something like that. But this one is really, really peculiar because I feel like she was towing the line in what she was talking about. Let's see what the live chat has to say about this, if you guys even want to talk about it, because I know it's a touchy subject. Individually, yeah. Who is Melissa Barrera? She's an actress who starred in Scream 5 and 6. She was also in, she starred in a series called Vita, which was like where she got noticed, and then she was in Into the Heights before she jumped on Scream. That was like her big breakout role. I think she's a great actress. I think in Scream 5, she had to get into the character. I think Scream 6 she did much better. Just unfortunate. I don't think they would have made this movie if they didn't have Jenna Ortega in their back pocket. That's really interesting. You have to say that because I feel like you're saying that Jenna Ortega taking over the starring role. I guess you're saying that. I just wonder what the other 3 members of that core 4 are going to do. Are they going to continue on and they just kill off this character? Or are they going to recast the character and just move on there? Or are they going to boycott it? I don't know how close they are for her. They show that they're close on social media, but you never know. That might just be a work relationship. You never know if they're actually that close. It's really interesting to see what the response to this is happening. Let's see. They better get Sidney back with a ton of cash, and this will sink the Scream. And this will sink the Scream's franchise. I really do think this is going to sink the Scream franchise under these creators. From what you read, I really don't know what was fireable. Do you think Courteney Cox or the original Scream lady from the first original Scream lady, Neve Campbell, from the first movie are going to be kicked from the movie, and those are the only 2 I really care for this Scream series? I don't know. I don't know what Courteney Cox has been doing. I haven't seen her really post anything on social media, pro or anti. I haven't heard about it if she has. I just know that I've seen a lot of pro-Israel stuff from a lot of actors, and I haven't heard anything negative about it coming to them about it. Other than Noah Schnapp, but he was specifically in something like that was not great. so other than that, but every time I haven't seen people who post things about pro-Palestine or like talking about the duality of the situation. This is the first time I've seen somebody get backlash for it. So it's just really interesting that the woman of color, she is Hispanic, she's a little browner than everybody else, is the one that gets dropped first. So it's just really scary. I don't want to get too deep into how I feel about the Israel-Palestine thing. I'm not going to talk about that. Just Melissa Barrera personally, I was watching these movies because of her, because I think that she played the character really well, and I was invested in her character story and her performance. And now that she's dropped, as of right now, I feel like I'm not going to watch Scream 7. I don't know for sure. I might just take that week off in coverage in terms of movie reviews. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I feel really bad because I really liked 5. I really liked 6. I really wanted to see 7, but we'll see. I try to avoid that kind of stuff when actors post that kind of stuff. I don't avoid it. It's interesting to see what the actors believe in. And yeah, Scream 7 is cooked. Well, let's see. They might get Neve Campbell back, and people might just completely forget about it. Like Melissa Barrera, I think was important to the core 4 and everything like that, but I don't think she became this iconic character in a way that people are like, oh my God, I'm never gonna watch it if they bring Neve Campbell back. I think if they bring Neve Campbell back and make Neve Campbell and Courteney Cox more important to the story, with Jenna Ortega and the rest of the core 4, with core 3, I guess, that people will just ignore this, unfortunately. Do you think she's going to sue? I'm not sure what her contract states. There's some actors' contracts that states if you do anything that we feel can hurt the brand or is egregious, that they can drop you. So I don't know if that was in her contract or not. If it wasn't, then she does have basis to sue. But we'll have to see what comes. This is brand new news. This literally came out like an hour before I go on live stream, or maybe 2 hours. Well, you never watched Breaking Bad? Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. Yeah, I don't know how you finished the trilogy now. The story really relied on her. Yeah, it really did rely on her. I thought they were going to in a very interesting way. So, yeah. Woo! So, yeah, that was my thoughts on this breaking news of Melissa Barrera being dropped from Scream 7. I just showed the facts, kind of told you how I feel about the situation and how is this weird thing that's happening. And hopefully we get more news. Hopefully we get more from her. I know that she posted something on social media, kind of in response to it, where she kind of put, at the end of the day, I'd rather be excluded for who I include than included for who I exclude, which is very powerful. And I respect her for standing on her two toes. You know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be really rough. She just lost possibly the biggest role of her life. I know people have been kind of seeing she's been in running for Wonder Woman for the new DC universe. I don't know if this is, I don't know how James Gunn might still take her because he's been canceled before. He understands. And his cancellation was worse. His jokes and stuff like that was way worse than this. So we'll see what happens with this. Never might not come back. Nev might not come back. They funny with the money in the first place. That is true. Do you know if Screen 7 was supposed to be the final movie? We don't know. We don't know if this was going to be the last one of this. You know, money talks. If this movie made a whole ton of money, they're like, okay, let's do a fourth one. I'm not sure. Unless you just make Screen 7 with the MTV cast. Might as well pull a Halloween season of The Witch, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's possible. We'll see. The Scream brand is strong, so it might be people in our circle that might feel upset, but casual fans may not know. They might be like, hey, hold on, where's the girl that was originally in the movie? But they're like, oh yeah, they recast her, or she died off screen. They're like, okay, Jenna Ortega's still here, so we'll have to see. But guys, thank you for dropping all those comments. If you are watching this on a replay or watching this on when it's in a separate, drop all your comments below. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Keep it civil in the comments. I know this is a sticky subject. Please don't fight amongst each other. Please don't say anything racist or anti-Semitic or anti-Palestinian. That's not going to be acceptable in my chat. And also hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified and join the Zach Attack Nation when I do reviews, live streams, trailer actions, and more. I have 2 more topics to talk about in this live streams in Zach Attack News. This is going to be a quick, breezy one, it looks like. So stay tuned if you're joining live.